The Human Rights Commission celebrates 50 years of services. A new mural has been installed in the Lincoln District, and the Eastside Community Center broke ground. All that and more on this edition of Tacoma Report. Hello, I'm Lane Fickey. A vision for a new community center has brought neighborhood and partner organizations together. Stacy Ellifred has more on an effort to imagine a place where youth and families can gather to play, learn, and grow.
Recently, construction broke ground on a facility aimed to bring educational resources, recreation, and cultural opportunities to the residents of Tacoma's Eastside community.
So we've broken ground on the community center here on the beautiful campus of First Creek Middle School. You can see a lot of the walls are starting to take shape. They're doing a lot of concrete work. What's especially exciting is to see the levels and the depths of the aquatic center going in. It's really exciting to see that the pool is going to have multiple levels with multiple amenities. So it's really great to see a lot of the fun things taking shape.
Once complete, there's expected to be something for everyone. Many aspects are being considered, from available amenities to the center's formal name.
The naming of the new center is just like everything else we've done with the center. It's a hugely driven by the public process, where we wanted to get as much input as we could about the name of the center, because that will make the center more welcoming to the community if they feel that the center and the name of the center represents them. We're not quite there yet, but we're starting to drill down to a few names that seem to make sense for the new center.
A construction celebration is taking place with family-friendly activities and other fun surprises.
The construction celebration on September 23rd is going to be really the first community opportunity to really celebrate the new center and to get the community together with all of our partners that we've been using to plan for this. It's really the celebration that, look, it's actually happening and it's a reality, and to really start to kick off about a year-long process that's going to lead us to the grand opening of the center.
Save the date for this event that celebrates the Eastside Community Center and imagine Eastside. For Tacoma Report, I'm Stacy Ellifred.
To track progress and offer feedback on the Eastside Community Center project, sign up for email updates on the Metro Parks Tacoma website. A partnership to upgrade streetlights to LED technology is expected to get underway this fall. The city and Tacoma Public Utilities are teaming up to convert 75% of Tacoma's aging streetlights with new energy-efficient LED fixtures over the next 2 years. An interactive map has been created for this project. It shows zones that, when clicked on, give an estimated schedule for when an area will be converted. To find out more about this project and to access the map, visit the LED streetlight page on the city's site. A community-inspired project called Paint the Street has brought a new mural to the Lincoln District.
So I'm a visual artist, and I saw a call for art projects for the Lincoln District, and I thought it would be interesting just to find out about it. So I went to their information session, and at the information session they showed a lot of different examples, and I remembered this project that I worked on for Art on the Ave. And I did something similar. We did a mural during the festival there. So I thought this would be a perfect thing to bring to the community. I mean, that's how I could help as an artist.
The mural, located at the intersection of South 39th and J Street, is one of 11 creative temporary projects funded by the city's Lincoln District Revitalization Project. Up next, we'll be joined by City Budget Manager Katie Johnston to talk about the city's efforts to enhance community access to information. Don't go away. As part of the city's comprehensive efforts to enhance transparency and community access to information, the Office of Management and Budget has launched Results 253, a data and information online portal. Here to talk with us is Budget Manager Katie Johnston. Katie, thanks for being with us today.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Tell us a little bit about this program. It's pretty exciting.
So Results 253 is a new online dashboard that allows us to share information about the city's performance. So we get to share information on departmental goals as well as data that the city might want to access. So we have over 12 goals that we're sharing online in areas like economic development, infrastructure, and human services. So what this is going to allow us to do is provide information that the citizens might want in our community on how we're performing in some of those key areas. We're also going to link to some of the city's ongoing transparency efforts, like the Streets Initiative dashboard, as well as a permitting dashboard to let people know how we're doing on our permits.
So how does it work? If I go to the site, what am I going to see?
So when you go to the site, what you'll see is a couple of main tabs that you'll be able to click on to look at different dashboards that the city offers. Like I mentioned, we have one on the Streets Initiative where you can find out where we're spending money in the city, how much we've spent so far, and what type of projects that we're working on. You'll also be able to navigate to a 24/7 dashboard where it shows information on the services we provide 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So you'll be able to navigate there and then look at different goals that we have pertaining to economic development, human services, infrastructure, police, and fire. So once you click on one of those goals, like fire, you can actually look at our efforts to reduce the amount of property that we're losing in fires each year.
So what are you hearing? What type of things kind of feedback are you getting about this so far?
So we're getting pretty good feedback so far. So I know that our citizens really enjoy having our open data online. So in the past several years, Tacoma has been providing a lot of our data through our open data portal. This effort's really going to be a hub of information. So we're taking that data from our online portal and then also adding this kind of contextual information to it that will allow people to have stories connected to that data. So we know that people are going to our online data site right now, and so we are hoping that this will be an easier way to access the information that we're providing online.
So we're in progress with this right now. Does this have an ending date?
No, so what we're really hoping is that this is something that we will continue to do. We know that citizens are looking for more information rather than the old PDF formats, different ways of getting the information in an up-to-date manner that's basically updated instantaneously once we update the data online. And so this will be available for the foreseeable future.
And our final question, Katie, is this unique to Tacoma? I mean, are we a trendsetter in this, or some other cities have done this and they've actually got some positive results as well?
So one of the things that I'll say is that we're on the leading edge for sure. So open data has been a movement across the country to provide data in an easy to access format where people can do what they'd like to do with it. The efforts that the city has made to put goals on our website to allow people to really look at our performance and not just the data, but provide some context for it. That's really pretty new. There's some jurisdictions that are doing it around the country, and we're learning from them. We're learning from their best practices, but I think that you'll also see that we're a leader in the area. So we were just recognized for the 5th year by the International City County Management Association Center for Performance Management. We received their certificate of excellence, which only 25 other cities in the country have received.
So thank you very much for that.
Great, thank you.
To view the Results 253 portal, log on to data.cityoftacoma.org. Summer Jobs 253 recently completed another successful year. We'll find out more after the break. The city's Summer Jobs 253 Youth Employment Program completed its flagship year. Tacoma Public Schools student Michael Gribben brings us this report.
Summer Jobs 253 accepted 253 students this year into the program. Each student completed 96 hours of work, learned job skills, and participated in one of 3 education tracks.
I'm very pleased that our mayor took the initial steps to start this program 5 years ago. 253 young people had the opportunity to get employment opportunities this year, and I'm hoping that we could find funding so that we could make sure that more young people could do this program next year.
This is the program's 5th year. It began as a pilot accepting 50 students. The program has been nationally recognized for its credit retrieval, financial literacy, and workplace experience components.
We also had 76 employers join us this year, which really shows the investment of the employment community in Tacoma in supporting the workforce of the future, especially young people. The big foundational components of this program is that it gives students an opportunity to connect with an employer who can serve as a reference. So of those 76 employers that are involved this year, we have that many, at least supervisors, who are ready to write recommendation letters for Tacoma students, which is really, it's a starting point for a career for a young person.
Summer Jobs 253 has already begun planning for 2018 and is looking for employers and patrons to participate. For Tacoma Report, I'm Michael Gribben.
The program is hoping to continue to expand employer partnerships next year. For more information or to fill out an application to host a student, go to the program's website. School is back in session and hundreds of youth are better prepared for the year thanks to the generosity of community businesses and government employee groups. Tacoma Public Utilities employees collected school supplies and new uniforms during their annual Community Connection School Supply Drive. About $5,000 in supplies will go to clients of the nonprofit agency Hope Sparks.
They're trying to make ends meet, and they're paying their bills and they're paying everything, but buying school supplies is just not top priority for spending some of their budgetary amounts every month. And school supplies can be really daunting for some of the parents to just go through that list of school supplies that every teacher wants for each individual child. And this gives us a good realm of things to give to those families that need those items.
City of Tacoma general government employees also conducted a school supply collection as part of the annual Stuff the Bus campaign to support clients of communities and schools. This was the scene as volunteers sorted a huge room full of donations that will help give 3,000 school children in Pierce County districts a great boost to start off the school year. For the first time, the Washington State Historical Society offered a youth docent program for students entering grades 8th through 11th. Maria Lee has the story.
This first group of youth docents had a chance to explore, learn how exhibits are crafted, fulfill community service hours, and gain valuable job skills.
This experience has been really amazing to do. I've had so much fun working with Susan, the volunteer director, and with other youth docents, and being able to see the museum more behind the scenes.
They worked in groups of 2 or more and received direct mentoring from experienced museum professionals.
I learned a lot. I learned a lot more about museums, and I have a much bigger appreciation for them, the work that goes on behind the scenes and stuff. And every person I've met has such a huge passion for history.
They got a minimum of 26 hours of volunteer service and in some cases academic credit.
It's been really interesting because I kind of would like to work in museums, and so I've gotten to see what kind of jobs I might want to have.
Often summer programs don't offer those kind of intellectual activities. I was also very interested in providing a program that taught interview and job skills. So we have the opportunity here at the museum to work with the public all the time, and it's a perfect place to learn how to present yourself, roll with spontaneously with what happens, and put your best foot forward.
By getting them involved and interested in Washington State's history, they're left with positive experiences that inspire them into the future. For Tacoma Report, I'm Maria Lee.
Upon successfully completing the program, students will be eligible to apply for regular volunteering opportunities for the Washington State Historical Society. Go to their website for more information. Mark your calendar for Saturday, September 23rd for the second annual Wood Windows Workshop. Participants will get professional, hands-on instruction on repairing historic wood windows. This free event is taking place at Earthwise Tacoma starting at 10:30 a.m. Now, basic tools are provided, but participants are welcome to bring their own tools as well. Space is limited. Visit the city's site to RSVP for your spot today. After the break, the Human Rights Commission celebrates a major milestone. Stay tuned. This year marks the 50th anniversary of the city's Human Rights Commission. Megan Snow has more about the commission and its work.
The Human Rights Commission, which was established in 1967, was created to study bigotry, discrimination, and prejudice, and to make policy recommendations to address these social constructs and to mitigate their impacts in the community.
What was then known as the Human Relations Commission. It's still there, ongoing, with staff that are there at the ready to investigate. If someone feels aggrieved and is looking for recourse, they have a place to go, and I think that's important.
Today, the 15-member commission continues to convene to study, investigate, and mediate community issues that may result from discrimination on the basis of protected classes.
So actually on May 31st, 1967, and over the ensuing years, it has essentially included a number of protected class categories to provide protection against discriminatory practices. The most recent was in November of 2002, when the voters of Tacoma, by an overwhelming margin, affirmed the position of the Human Rights Commission in affording protected class status for sexual orientation and sexual identity.
To learn more about the Human Rights Commission or to apply to join, visit them online. For Tacoma Report, I'm Megan Snow.
The Human Rights Commission will be honored at the Tacoma Historical Society's 11th Annual Destiny Dinner on Saturday, October 14th. For more information, visit their event page. Many nonprofit agencies are able to fulfill vital needs in our community, thanks in part to grants provided by the city. Today, we look at one organization that works with the youngest members in our area in the hopes that they don't fall too far behind. A Step Ahead provides developmental services for infants and toddlers with special needs. This group has been doing this since 2001. Many kids are lagging behind in certain skills, and A Step Ahead works with them to get the children up to speed before they start kindergarten. One of the programs is called Boost, which is done through home visits and deals with kids who are in foster care in Tacoma. The City of Tacoma is one of the major grant funders for this program. Infant mental health specialists work with the children on motor skills and speech development and monitor how they are progressing.
His muscle tone looks like it's improved as he's not arching back the whole time. Does he seem more relaxed?
The purpose of Boost is to help children that have been removed from their homes due to abuse and neglect kind of catch up in their development. So often they're not far enough behind to access other funding that our other kids do, but they clearly have some social emotional needs that need to be addressed.
The Boost program sees roughly 8 children a year and supports their overall achievement, primarily focusing on their social and emotional development, the trauma they've been exposed to from abuse, and being removed from their homes.
Often they're behind in most areas of development because they haven't had the proper environment in which to grow in. So we identify those concerns, and then we help the foster parent or the relative placement kind of target some skills to help in those areas. It's also a support to the foster parents that the children often have some behaviors that are pretty difficult.
Officials have found that home visits are much more effective than bringing the children into the office. This way the kids are more comfortable in their own environment, and the infant mental health specialists have a better opportunity to work with them on the skills they need. In addition to the Boost program, A Step Ahead offers many other services that are extremely helpful to children with developmental delays. You can go to their website to learn more. Visitors to the Point Defiant Zoo and Aquarium who have a local address should plan to enjoy an upcoming Tacoma resident free day. This day is offered as a thank you to Tacoma voters who approved a bond issue to pay for zoo improvements. Proof of residency is required for this free entry. Dates for this free date are held throughout the year. The next takes place on September 20th and September 28th. There are also dates scheduled in October and November. For a full listing, visit the zoo's website. Flu season is approaching, so don't forget to get your flu shot. Although some may think that getting the flu shot can actually give you the flu, medical experts say that's not the case.
It is a killed virus vaccine, so it cannot do that in your body. Your body does not respond that way. What can happen is that you can have some localized reactions, some soreness, swelling, mild fever. You can handle those symptoms with over-the-counter preparations. One thing that people do get confused is it can take up to 2 weeks for your body to develop an immune response. So if you've been exposed prior to that, you could actually come down with the flu within 2 weeks after getting the vaccine, but it did not come from the flu vaccine.
Find answers to frequently asked questions, locations where you can get the flu vaccine, and more at the Tacoma Pierce County Health Department's website.
You rocked it.
That's all the time we have on this edition of Tacoma Report. A great way to find out about the services the City of Tacoma has to offer is by going to cityoftacoma.org. Until next time, I'm Lane Fickey.